Hey everybody, Chris here. I lost my connection there for a second. Happy Sunday. I've been telling y'all I was going to go live recently and the stars had not really aligned with me very well. I'm adjusting my tripod here. Had not aligned with me very well recently. I've not been able to get on. And then I was ready to go on and then my Wi-Fi cut off. So this is like my fourth attempt today to try and do this. So forgive the crazy shadows and everything. My lighting is also giving me a hard time today, but hope everybody's doing well. If you're catching me live today, be sure and let me know and give me a shout out. If you're catching me on the replay, let me know later you caught me on the replay. We have recently, I would say, relaunched a new product that's been around. It has not, I'm trying to get my comments to come up. It has not been around since the holidays of this past year, and they've just relaunched it. It's a very popular product, and that is the Illuminating Trio. And this comes with 3 pieces. You could purchase as a set, or you can buy them individually. This is the old packaging. The new packaging is still going to be the same size. You can see, I mean, it's a pretty big size tube right there. But just the outside looks a little bit different on the new one. So it's, like I said, 3 different colors. We have the Pearl Glow, which is essentially for the highlighting part. And it looks like that. I'll just kind of swab it for y'all so you can see. So that's the Pearl Glow, and it gives you a little bit of a glowy highlight and those features that you want to bring out when you're highlighting with makeup. Then we have the Bronze Glow, which... be sure and give me a holler if y'all are on so I know I'm not by myself. So I'm going to swab that one right here. This one's going to be a deeper bronzy color. This is great for contouring. These are all very creamy and a tiny little bit goes a long way, y'all. These are very highly pigmented and concentrated, but work great and blend in really well. Then there's the Rose Glow, which is essentially like a cream blush. And I'll swab that there. So you've got your pearl, your bronze, and your rose. And you can use all 3 and contour and highlight your entire face with it. So I've been playing around with them a little bit before I demonstrated because I wanted to make sure I used it right for y'all to see how they work. You can use your fingers to blend this. I prefer to use a brush. I feel like unless my hands are really, really clean, even then I feel like the oil gets on my face and tends to make me break out. So I prefer to use makeup brushes for all of my application, but you can certainly use your fingers. So right now, all I have on is the Tint Skin Hydrating Foundation. Today I try to mix 2 shades because in the warmer months we tend to get a little more sun because normally I wear the sand. I have a very olive kind of medium fair complexion, but today I mixed half sand, half the next stage up I think is honey, and it seemed to work pretty well. But the purpose of any foundation is to just give your face a really even, hey Catherine, how are you, love? Thanks for hopping on. I'm doing a little trio contour highlight demo today. And so when you apply that foundation, and I did also a little bit of the concealer pen like under my eyes and on some red patches that I had on my skin just from being out in the sun and my skin was a little uneven, that gives you that blank slate to work with. But you want, basically your features disappear into your face when you go to apply foundation and it just is like blah, right? So I'm so excited to have you. So I've been playing with these a little bit and I really love them. This really helps bring the features out. So a lot of people ask, you know, what is contour and highlight? What does that mean? So contouring are your shadows. That's what you're doing to like carve out your features. You know, women with really high cheekbones probably don't need to contour very much because that's the look you want to achieve, because in order to look younger, more youthful, and also more slender in the jaw and cheek line, by contouring and bringing in shadows, you're going to allow that to happen. That's kind of what makeup was intended for. Makeup's not intended to not look like you. It's intended to bring out your best features. And that's what I love about our makeup especially, is that I feel like that's what it's meant for. It is very, very high performing makeup. I have been super, super impressed with all of it. And if you like a very natural look, which I love also, it actually takes a little more makeup than you think it does. Less makeup doesn't always necessarily mean natural looking. So if you really want to go for that look, I would recommend this trio because it will absolutely achieve that with 3 things right here, and mascara, and you're good to go. So I always like to start with the contouring first. So I'm going to start with the Bronze Glow first. Like I said, I typically use a brush because I just don't want to smear any extra oil into my face and break out my skin. But you can use your fingers. So here's the Bronze Glow. So the trick to starting with your cheekbones is imagine an imaginary line that goes from the edge of your eyebrow down to your cheek. You never want to bring your contour past that, because then you look sort of Halloween skeleton, okay? You don't want that. You want to accentuate your cheekbone, which has now vanished when I applied concealer and foundation to my face. I want to bring it back. That's the point of this, bring it all back. So I take it and I start at this little part of my ear and kind of start wider and go a little bit more narrow and just kind of carve in and stop right there. I've seen many makeup artists use the very edge, not the very edge, but a very thin contour type makeup. So you could use the edge of this if they really just want to go in really thin. Lots of ways you can do it. And if you panic, you feel like you've used a lot, it is buildable, then I'll take my foundation brush that I used to apply my foundation with, and I'll kind of blend it out a little bit. It'll kind of disappear and lighten up a little bit. So it's real nice and creamy. So right there, I'll go, start right there, and just go to right about there and stop, okay? Then I'll take a good fluffy sort of foundation brush. You can use a contouring brush. Some people like to use the real smaller, more like shadow brushes. And then I'll blend it. I'm trying to do this without a mirror. Right under the cheekbone. Y'all see that? Okay, so you can see I have a shadow with my ring light here, how it just kind of comes in right under the cheekbone and cuts into my face, and it kind of brings my cheekbone back. And then I'll do the same on this side. This side I can see a little bit better. And I'll just go right there and stop. And then if I want more, I could always do more. And just blend it. Okay. So you don't want it to go onto the cheekbone. You just want to stay under and make your shadow. Okay? So there's that. You could stop there. You could take it a step further. You could, if you want your nose to look more narrow, you could take a tiny little bit and just come in right at the very edge of the bridge and kind of dot it on there. See what I'm doing right there? Okay, just on the bridge, and blend that. You could even just use your finger right there. Okay, you see what that does? It just kind of defines your nose a little bit. Will make it look thinner if that's what you're, that's the look you're going for. Then up here, so it's not so one-dimensional, you want to come across the outer side of your forehead and hairline. So I'll do just a little. I'll kind of dot it just right there and down to the temple, okay? And then same thing, I'm gonna blend it, but right up into my hairline and take it down and across. Like that. Okay. And just bring it right down and connect it sort of where I started here. Boom. See, already I can see my face just sort of coming back to life. Then I'll take the very edge of it and go right along the edge of, it's a lot easier in front of a mirror, y'all, instead of in front of a phone camera. And I'll define, I can't see, the jawline a little bit and come under my chin, okay? Just a tiny little bit there. All the way up under the ear. So that you get a really pretty, nice defined jaw. And then blend that just right across like this and bring it down. So it's really, really subtle. But like I said, if you wanted to go more dramatic, you absolutely could. And that's all I do with contouring. But now it's like, oh, like my face is separate from my neck again. It's not all just one blank sweeping color straight down. So I just did a little bit, but obviously you can go as dramatic as you'd like to go. Then I'll come in with, I like to do my highlighting last. I prefer to put a little color in my cheekbones first. So then I'll take another clean, sort of smaller, fluffy brush with the rose gold glow and put a little bit of that, you know when you smile, like the apple of your cheeks, that's where you want that to go. So I'll just dabble a little bit of that in, kind of pressing in a little bit, like that. And then just blend it, do like little circles, or just blend it with your fingers. Okay, so now I have a little bit of color back in my cheeks, a little bit of rose. I think this would be really pretty as eyeshadow too, y'all. So would the bronze, actually. You could totally do a really pretty eye look with this, I bet. I haven't tried, but I bet if you set it with a little powder, it would stay. It would be really, really gorgeous. You could really do your whole face with this, I feel like. Okay, so now I've done contour and I've done a little bit of cheeks. And then I think this part's the most fun, and that is the highlighting part with the Pearl Glow. So there it is right there. It's really, really subtle, especially once it's applied over your foundation. It won't pop quite as much. So here's the trick to highlighting. So with contouring, we brought in a shadow, we carved in the cheekbones. With highlighting, we want to bring these out even more, out and up. So right where your cheekbone comes up underneath your eye, imagine just basically bringing this out, and then I bring it up into like a reverse C right there, right over the brow, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then I love to highlight across the forehead and down, sort of like in an upside down triangle, and bring it down the bridge of my nose to highlight my nose. You want to be careful with the nose. You never want to go past right here. If you take it too far down, it looks like your nose is running all the time. It's like you'll keep looking in the mirror going, what's going on? My nose looks like it's dripping, but the highlighter will do that. Any glow makeup will do that. Then I like to do right here, which is what's called the Cupid's bow, which is your upper lip. And when you go to apply any gloss or lipstick, it'll just make your lips pop even more, because as we get older, I feel like this gets a little bit thinner. And then the chin. So that's essentially where you want to highlight. So I'm just going to come in right here at the cheekbone and just sort of press in and dabble it in and do that little reverse C like I talked about. Bring it up over like that. And then fingers fine, but I like just use a clean fluffy brush. And y'all, these brushes, the Beautycounter brushes, are unbelievable, and I use all of them for my eye makeup. But these are some brushes that I've had for a while that actually a makeup artist recommended to me, and I think they're fabulous for stuff like this. They just blend really well. And you can get them on Amazon, you get them at Target. These are Morphe. But then there's also Real Techniques that I love for this kind of stuff. But for the shadows, I've been using all the Beautycounter brushes, and they, I think, are wonderful. And to clean them, I've been using the charcoal bar. I just wet the brush really well and rub it on the charcoal bar, and then just kind of swirl it into my hand and rinse it. Y'all, 2 seconds, they are so clean. I cannot believe how quickly that charcoal bar will clean makeup off my brushes. So there I did the highlighting on the cheeks. Then I'm gonna do a little bit on the bridge of the nose, like I told y'all, but stop there. And then do that upside down triangle across the top of the forehead. You can kind of see it like so. Cupid's bow. And then chin. And blend that out. Just right across. Next time I need to get a mirror in front of me, because the phone mirror is not the same thing. Okay, there it is. So, contour, highlight, and cheeks. Normally would not take me that long because I'm not talking while I do it, but y'all, it's so easy. Hey, Jules, how are you, love? I loved your live today, by the way. So good with the brows, which I just had mine done recently, and I filled them a little bit today, right before I came on. I did my foundation, and I did fill my brows a little bit, and it makes a world of difference. So Illuminating Trio, you can buy them all together or as a set. I don't have any makeup on my eyes yet, but because I would do this first and then do my eyes. But I did the bronze glow right through here. Remember, from the ear, stop at the brow and blend it out. I did all across the top. Thanks, babe. Down to here. I did a little bit on the sides of the bridge of my nose and then along the jawline and blended it down. That was what we did first. That was the contour with the bronze. Then I came in with the rose glow and did the cheeks and blended that. And last, I did the pearl glow, the highlighting. I did the C right here, bridge up through here, Cupid's bow, chin. And that's it. Girl, I'm obsessed. I love all of it. It is so easy to work with, and it makes the biggest difference. And I really could go a little more dramatic with the contour part, but just for we were talking about just having like a very natural look, and how, you know, Julie understands a lot about makeup as well, or more than me probably, that in order to achieve a really good natural look, it actually takes more work. Less makeup doesn't necessarily mean natural look. You really actually have to work a little bit harder and use more products than you think you do. It sounds high maintenance, but it's not. But it is, there's a little more to it, because contour and highlight, essentially, that's what it's letting you do. It's letting you achieve a very natural look. So you're accentuating the features that you already have. And that takes a little work. So just always remember, want to bring the cheeks up and out and highlight the top of them. And that's contour and highlight. So hopefully this was helpful. Y'all feel free to comment below with any questions or reach out to me personally. Hopefully these will last. I know they sold out last Christmas, and they were just relaunched in just prettier packaging. Same product, but new, prettier packaging, and you can buy them individually. So hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday and a great start to your week, and I'll be back very soon. Next is going to be eyes. So I'm excited to be back in the swing of things and going live for y'all, and I appreciate y'all so much. Have a great day, guys.